So, winter, China, constantly wet. Almost dry enough to fly. It's not that cold out. But that thick air messes with the video a little bit sometimes. It's been raining all morning. So if you crash in that clay, nasty freaking mud. But anyway, we usually get a couple days. Sun, when the sun comes out, it's nice out to fly. So we're back in China. And so here's what I got. I was unpacking, and I purposely built these two guys here, my Skidoosh frames, to take to America with me, to beat the crap out of them, go all out, get some good vid. And I got some good vid, but I got some with jello, which is telling me that these guys, like this one right here, has the original Maytech F7 in it, and F722 that they sent me when it was a prototype before it was released. So that tells you how old this frame is. So it's got some D-lambs in there somewhere or something going on that's unfixable. This guy slammed into a metal pole. Ding, ding, ding. So anyway, I am putting down the Skidoosh for a while. Plus I had these bats that I ran on there. I ran the square bats on there because they fit real good behind the GoPro that mounts up in the front. And these bats are sagging out big time. They're almost a year old, and they've been flowing nearly, I mean, I fly every chance I get, almost every day if I can. Leads are getting all shredded up on them. They've had it. So we're moving on. It's the end of the Skidooshes. I still have a few of these left, but as you can see, they're a monoplate frame. So to get more cut, I have to cut like a whole sheet. I can't just buy one frame at a time. And there's so many killer frames out there nowadays that it's time to move on. That and Lumineer. Last year I became a Lumineer pilot on Team Lumineer, and I'm a firm believer in Lumineer. I bought my very first gear there when I very first started flying. My first two builds were a QAV. It was a Sharpoo 210 was my first build. My second one was a QAVR. And the guys there are awesome, and I support them 100%, and I'm a team pilot there. And guys, I can afford my own gear, so don't think that this is some kind of biased thing. I just know what's good and what works, and so most of the stuff I'll be using now is going to be Lumineer Get FPV gear. I don't think I need to post a link for that. You can just go to getfpv.com and get everything you want. But that being said, they hooked me up with some QAVR V2s. I got a couple more up here. They really hooked me up. Motors, antennas, ESCs. I got everything here. So coming up this year, I will be flying the QAVRs from here on out. And I got a big old box of these here batteries that I've had forever that are also the Snowman Rushes, just like those square ones were. But these didn't fit well on the Skidoosh because they hit the GoPro, but looks like they're going to fit perfect on this top plate of this QAVR. But I'll show you all that when we do the build video. What I'm going to do is go through each one of the things that I'm going to use on the build piece by piece, like do a quick little review on it, quick little shakedown, and then once we go through all the gear at the end, I'll do the build video and show you how I do everything. And yeah, QAVR V2, it's freaking awesome. And I used to do my own race frames, the Skidoosh race frames, but kind of the same thing. I got to get them cut. These two are still good to go. I'm going to use these for my indoor racing flyers because they're a little smaller and a little bit more subdual. They have 5-inch arms on them. They're nice and light and super maneuverable for those tight indoor tracks. So I like those for the indoor. But HGLRC, because I'm here in China, hooked me up with the Batman 220 stretch frames. And I got 5 of those. And I got them for like 25 bucks a piece. And the spare arms for them, they gave me 4 spare arms for 75 cents each. So I can't complain about that. That, and I got them on the phone, on the text, and a while back I had an ESC crap out on me, or actually two of them. I think I dropped one in the water at a race. Anyway, long story short, because I'm here in China, I was able to send them straight back to the factory, and they fixed them and hooked me up. So, you know, they're going to stand behind me. I'm going to stand behind them. So this year I will be flying these in the race scene. All up weight on this is like 258. Not all up, but this right here is 258. And I run 1600s on these square packs. With, of course, the Lumineer popos and the gate breakers and that good stuff. But I have a HGLRC Titan stack in there just because they'll take care of me, and I know they will. They've proven they will. So that is the race setup. And of course, TBS is what I use on all my stuff. Crossfire and Unify Pro. So there it is, end of an era, the end of the Skidoosh era for now. I still have a couple more of the frames around. Here's one I like glittered up, put on my wall just for the hell of it. I'm just going to pack those up for a later date because it's time to move on, guys. So coming up next, you guys are probably like, man, Skidoosh is busting out some videos. Well, it's been crappy weather since I got back, and there's a lot of stuff I want to get to, and all this gear that I want to go through and show you all this cool stuff that Get FPV gave me. And yeah, so there it is. We're moving on. 2019 starts a new era in the Skidoosh flying. We're going to be ripping the QAVRs and the Batmans for now. Definitely the QAVRs. Like I said, they're near and dear to my heart. It was my second build ever. And Lumineer, Get FPV has never been nothing but good to me. I fly with those guys, hang out with those guys, and they're freaking awesome people. And yeah, so that's it. So next vid, we'll break down this frame, and then we'll get into the electronics, and I'll show you how all that goes. Peace!